Hello and welcome to the Two Ace Podcast, the podcast designed to help you manifest your Two Ace mindset. My name is Josh Brooks and my one focus is success through the art of discipline and flow. I hope you enjoy the episode. Now let's get right into it. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever time of day it is you are joining me. I hope you're having a good one. And today I'm going to be talking about how uncomfortability inspires productivity. Now, everyone likes to be comfortable and everyone likes to remain comfortable for as long as they can. Now, in this episode, I'm going to be explaining why that is a bad thing for productivity. Now, when you're comfortable, you're quite happy to just do what you're doing, aren't you? You're quite happy to, you're in the comfort zone. You're in the zone of, I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing because it's working and I'm happy. Now, yeah, you may be productive being comfortable, but are you really achieving your full potential by constantly being comfortable? Short answer, no, probably not. Because I believe that uncomfortability inspires productivity. And in that, when you aren't comfortable, when you're uncomfortable, you're restless. Picture it, you sat in your seat. If you're comfortable, you're quite happy to stay in your seat. If you're uncomfortable, you're moving. You're in motion. You're getting up off the seat. You're sitting back down on the seat, changing position, changing how you sat, changing your posture. And you're learning. If you're not comfortable, you're trying to figure out how to be comfortable. And uncomfortability is the process in which you remain uncomfortable. You don't seek comfort from being uncomfortable. You seek uncomfort when you're comfortable. Do you know what I mean? So let's say, this is the prime example, right? You're in your bed, you're comfortable, you wake up, you're comfortable, you get out of bed, you're not comfortable. Most people, I'm gonna get back in bed, I'm gonna get nice, in the nice warm shower, because that's comfortable. I'm gonna get into some nice warm clothes and have some breakfast, and then, chill, and then go to work, and then, all this is comfort. Waking up and getting out of your warm bed and then getting straight into a cold shower or a cold bath, that's not comfortable. If you find that comfortable, then I don't. It's not really comfortable, is it? Getting into freezing cold water, no matter who you are, And that's just an example of uncomfort, right? Uncomfortability, the ability to be permanently outside of your comfort zone, to be seeking uncomfort. If you're uncomfortable, you want to remain uncomfortable. If you're comfortable, you want to be uncomfortable. Because you know that when you're uncomfortable, you're restless, you're energized, you're seeking the new thing. You're trying to be, some people might be going from uncomfortable to comfortable, and that's perfectly fine. But when you have the realization of how productive you are when you're uncomfortable, does that not inspire you? Does that not motivate you to put yourself outside of your comfort zone, to be uncomfortable, to have the ability to be uncomfortable, so therefore you can be more productive? I've noticed when I'm comfortable, when, I wake up at a normal time before, let's say, right, I have a 9 a.m. lecture, or I've got to be somewhere for 9 in the morning, during school, during normal time, during comfortable eras, I'd wake up at like I don't know. It depends how close you live to school, doesn't it? But let's say you wake up at 8. You've got an hour. You can just go downstairs, have some breakfast, have a shower, boom, then you're ready to go. Get changed, then you're ready to go. That's quite comfortable, isn't it? But what if you woke up 3 hours before, so extra 2 hours? Now you might wake up and you're tired. Most people go back to sleep. But if you wake up and you're tired and you force yourself out of bed, you're out of bed, you're uncomfortable, you're tired. How do you wake up? Hey, you go outside. You have a cold shower. You wake up, you get fresh, you get changed. And you've still got hours before you need to be somewhere. So what can you do in these hours? Do your morning routine. You set yourself up for the day. You spend hours or a significant amount of time setting yourself up for the day. And if you've still got time, you can do work before work or before school or wherever. If you've got to be somewhere at 9, even if you wake up at 6, you can still spend an hour on your morning routine. You're ready for the day. If you wanted to, you could leave for your lecture, for your school, for work, and you'd be 2 hours early. But you could spend them 2 hours early on something productive. You could be, it depends who you are, it depends what you want to do, it depends where you are in life. You could spend that time drawing, doing art. You could spend that time working on your own business. You could spend that time working on, schoolwork or work. You could spend that time just sitting there and doing nothing. You could meditate. You could go on a walk, go on a run, go to the gym. All these different things. You could plan. If you've not done your evening routine, you can spend that extra time planning your day, planning your week, planning your finances, planning these things, And it all started from being uncomfortable and not settling for comfort in the morning. Now, like I said earlier, I firmly believe that uncomfortability does inspire productivity. So whenever I be comfortable, whenever I find myself getting into habits of comfort, when I find myself like waking up on time for my lectures, not early, or waking up on time for things, not early, doing things in the evening where I'm on time, where I'm resting, maybe, or recovering a bit too much, and maybe using excuses or procrastinating from the things I need to do because I'm comfortable, because I'm happy of just sitting here, just being here, laying here, doing this, eating that. I'm happy about being where I am. Now, this phrase, uncomfortability inspires productivity, links to how pride is greater than happiness. I would much rather be proud of what I've achieved to get where I am than be happy about where I am. Because happiness, there's a lot to say about happiness, right? It's a state. It's a state of being. You're happy. Or so people think. Pride is a process. Like one of my favourite podcasters says, Akil Stokes, process over outcome. Seek uncomfort. Seek uncomfortability. Get outside of your comfort zone. And if you keep pushing yourself, you'll go from comfort zone to uncomfortable through fear. Because that is the main reason. Because the reason why people stay comfortable and don't push themselves is because they're scared. They're scared of failure. It's failure. They're scared of the what if it goes wrong. What if it goes wrong? You can always go back to where you were. But what if it goes right? What if it goes right? And what if you keep doing it right? What if you remain consistent and being uncomfortable, being productive, and achieving these goals? Yeah, failure is part of it. That's part of the process. But through failure, you glimpse triumph. Failure is the fog in which we glimpse triumph. Uncomfortability inspires productivity. Get outside your comfort zone. Get through the fear zone. And aim for the growth zone. You know what you need to do. When you feel comfortable, listen to that little voice in your head and just do that thing. You know, whatever it may, all the alarms are going off. Whatever it may be, you know, for me, for an example, for those of you might be wondering, how can I define if I'm comfortable? How can I define if I'm uncomfortable? I'm pretty sure it's self-explanatory, yeah, but when you're in bed, that's quite comfortable, unless you're on a bed of nails, right? That's quite comfortable. So apart from making sure you've recovered and got the right amount of sleep, you need to make sure you don't spend any extra time in that bed than what is needed. Earn your rest. Stop being naive. And that's pretty much all I have to say, to be honest. It's quite a simple topic. But the act of doing it is not simple. It's quite complex. Because saying this right now at midday, oh yeah, get up at 4:30 in the morning, you got this. Easy. Get in the cold bath. But when you actually come to it, when it comes to 4:30 and you're waking up, you're comfortable in that moment, and you don't have the realization of, you know what, I really want to get in really cold water and be uncomfortable period of time, because that is the moment that is now, or I could just stay in this warm bed. The choice is yours. Be lazy, be comfortable, or be productive and be uncomfortable. It's inspiring. And with that, remain consistent, achieve dreams. Thank you for your time. Thank you for this opportunity. I've been your host, Josh. 2 Ace. 1 Focus. Before I leave you guys today, make sure to follow the podcast, give me a rating, and share the podcast about to whoever you see fit. Let's make this the best mindset podcast out there.